So guys, table. Representation of a parallel to a target line. The target line is right here. That 1 inch or so within this table. Here is a parallel to it. So if I'm walking in this, on my tiger line, which is right here, pairing my hands, aiming my face, taking a look. Here's a down and out behavior to this golf ball. That fractional pull, okay? Fractional, crispy strike. Now, you think that table's in danger, guys? No, I may just, there might be some occasion, I'll hit it closer to the heel. There might be some little rubby thing to that, okay? Now do me a favor, Roger. Where's Roger?
Right here.
Come on over, brother. You getting all taped up? Never mind. Mike, come on over. You come up in a second. Mike, grab your pitching wedge. Or grab this pitching wedge. Here, this is fine. Okay? So, get your good hands on there. We worked really hard with you on taking out this silverback gorilla dating posture, trying to attract the females and getting you a little bit more soft with the belt line. Okay? Get your good hands on there. Let's see it. Okay? Coach, beat up that right hand of his. I want it perfect later. Same thing we're going to do with Roger here in a second. Okay? Set up to the golf ball. Narrow stance, flary feet. Okay, so that 1.5 inches between the middle of that south pole of the golf ball is sitting on the target line. Can we agree on that? The south pole of the golf ball. Yes. There's the north pole, the south pole. The target line is some offset a little bit within that table. Agreed?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Now that left hand of yours isn't quite where I want it because that wrist joint is still kind of to the left of the grip. So there's a square face. There's a wrist joint that's a little bit more on top of a grip. Okay. Now before you just pop that hand on there, this is more of a fingers grip. Wonderful. Now set that club face behind that golf ball. Flary feet. Little bit more flare, please, with both feet. Okay, good. So there's a club head at a rest kind of on a target line. You hold on to the club, let me move you around. Here's a club head. See this big dimension between that target line and that table, guys? This is kind of the delivery position. This is where where a swing will go somewhere into this development, like power development phase, back into this kind of delivery position. See all that room between the shaft and the table? That's not what most golfers do. Most golfers are kind of over here somewhere, hitting this table to a degree. And then when they're over here, the body has to kind of stand up and fit it in onto the ball. And then somebody says, hey, you lifted your head. And then you say, you know what, I suck at golf. I have to lift my head because my shaft's out of position. Therefore, my body has to pop up. You see how it works? And then somebody says, no, keep your head down. And then you say, no, but I'm not good at golf yet. My club's off playing. It comes into the ball in a funny spot. If I don't lift up, I can't get the club on it. So if we get the club traveling in a better spot, we can get the club onto the ball. So now you can kind of see this, okay? And nice and slow, can you see this dimension start to minimize as it kind of works down onto the ball? And then it wouldn't keep going down a table, it would kind of work up this other side, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Okay? So with the intent of me glove on and I said, okay, pop one to me right here. What would that look like? Okay, show me. I'm not going to do it because he might kill me. I'll get out of the way. But if I asked Jim to do it, he could do it easy, and we do this all the time with people. Set the club behind the ball with the intent of me catching one right there like your awesome Texas Rangers. Okay, give me a little shot and hold your finish. Okay, it'd have to be awfully tall to catch that one, right? But that was really pretty good, guys. Okay, that's a big step for him. It's fantastic. Now, what I'm loving about this is the way the club is kind of settled in that index finger. Does you see how that club's kind of trapped in here? Mm-hmm. Good, because it doesn't want to go to the golf ball. It is resisting your efforts to make it go to the golf ball. This down and out phase, collecting the ball, and then going up equal and up the other side. You tracking where this is? This is an on-plane tilted circle. I just want you guys to see it a little differently. Raj, come on over, babe. Grab a club. Or this one's, oh, grab your club. Or somebody grab Roger's club. Where is it? Way down the end?
Right at the end.
Cool. Let's just get yours, and because I want guys who have very, very extreme paths to see this. Because again, if I put this ball here, like say the ball's there, okay? Is my club ever going to hit this table, guys? Should it? No. Okay? Now I might graze it, so just stand there for just a quick sec. So there's a golf ball, there's a table. There's me aiming the face. Here's a club working back up and in. Down, out, and forward. Did my club ever go on either side of that contact? But don't a lot of people think, oh, you got to swing inside out. You got to swing out to right field. You don't. You swing down to the end of out. Where's the end of out, guys? The bottom of the little divot ahead of the golf ball. Club doesn't continue going out to right field, nor should we try. Here's what I see a lot of golfers do. They take these practice swings where they go, and they're swinging so inside out. I'm like, whoa, what is that? Oh, I'm trying to swing inside out. Well, you don't have to swing inside out to hit a draw. The club is traveling. It's built in. The club's already, it's back there, isn't it? It's traveling down and out. If it touches the golf ball with a little down and out in it to the end of out, that divot, guess what happens? You get a tasty little draw. Not a face rolly thing that could go anywhere. Jimmy, you like that? Tasty? Come on over here, Raj. Cool. So there's a ball on a target line. Here's a reference to that target line. And I just like this visual, so sometimes I prop this up, okay? Now, we caught something which we should have caught earlier. First school of our season, man, we just got a little, I don't know, maybe just a little slow. Okay, set up to the golf ball. Okay, so I'm going to stop you. Mike and I are going to be very diligent about, so take your left hand off for a second. You thought this camp was all about your left hand. It's going to be also about this. No, let go, babe, just a bit. See how much more right hand is in that? There's that right hand's a bit more under that grip, and more of that knuckle is available on top of, above the grip. I'll tell you why. You hold on to the club, let me move you around, okay? Poor guy's all beat up with tape and stuff. See how this club is now trapped under something? Okay, you can bend that elbow. So you're allowed. Good. See how that club is kind of trapped under that index finger? That's the part of the right hand that catches the mast when you change direction. It's not available to you at address. Do you understand that? At address, there's no force acting upon that. It's idle. It's sitting there static, okay? But when you change direction, now the hand feels that. You can bend that elbow. Okay, now you see how that club is now in control right here, stuck in the crook of that index finger. And see how I can rotate you a little bit, and there's a club working down toward the end of out. Right? So when you grip it, watch. Feels really good to do this. Ooh, that's good. I got my right hand on there like baseball. But that's not how golf works, because in golf we have this mass that gets stuck against something. That's what we need. So take a look at your index finger. This was a junior golf gang sign, guys. All the junior golfers at the club when I was a club pro years ago, to get in the clubhouse, that was their gang sign to get in the door. They had to do this the right way. Okay, and you're like, what the hell does that mean? Well, it's a bent back index finger with a club sitting down on the tip of that index finger, acting as a mild kind of shock absorber to catch the weight of this thing. So put your good hands on there. A little bit more bias of that right hand being a little bit more in the tip of the finger. We'll help you through this. You've never done it until today, right? So it feels really weird, and that ain't it, and that's okay. So you leave your left hand right where it is, and let me put this hand where it needs to be. See how that's way more in the, yeah, you feel like, man, but Martin, I don't really have hold of it, do I? I don't want you to have a hold of it. I want the club to grab you, not you to grab the club. When you change direction, the club will grab you. Okay? So you feel that? Good. Set that club behind the ball. Awesome. Take a look to your left. Now do me a favor, narrow up that stance. Okay, again, I'm only standing 40 yards away. Hands look really, really nice. Take a look to your left, 45, 50 yards. Good. Hit or miss a shot for me. Go for it. Okay, good try. Where'd we land?
Well in front of the ball.
Well behind the ball.
Or behind it. Yeah.
Sure. Okay, careful with that club, right?
Yeah.
So you're waving it around.
Sorry.
What do good players do? They go over here. Oh shit, I chunked it, but they let go and they re-grip it, and you're going to do the same. So turn over that way for me. Come on. Yeah, and let it just take it out of your hands. So now when you come over here, it's not waving around, okay? Let's do it again. Give him a hand, guys, standing up in front of you doing this. Getting yelled at by a coach. Okay, there you go. No, don't wrap it under like that. Put it to the side a little bit. Nice. Set that club head behind the ball. Flary, narrow stance. Take a look to your left. What's 40, 50 yards look like? Okay, now watch this for a sec, guys. Okay? Cool. Now let me have the club. What's the difference? Just stand right here. What's the difference? What am I doing?
A little waggle.
Yeah, what did he do?
Squatted.
Moment of pause for seriousness, right? So see how when you settle in here, guys, if this waggle, where do you think that club's hitting, guys? It's hitting these information points, transmitting back to me, hey, I know where the weight of this thing is. I know what this feels like in this performance I got to put on right now. What are my feet doing? Waggling away. Feel the weight of the club kind of hitting my hands. So when you stand, next time you do this, you got this.
Yep.
Settle in with great hands, aim the face, take a look. Flare these feet, clubs off the ground, waggle, waggle, waggle. Then we can kind of find the grass, tap, tap, not resting. And that's when you can hit a little shot. Okay, and now I bladed it a bit, and that's okay. And then hands off. Then you can evaluate. Let's do one.
Okay.
Here you go. Waggle, waggle, waggle. Left and right with the club head. Good. Narrow, flary stance. Good. So check it out. When you can elevate a bit now. Elevate off above the ball 4 or 5 inches. Look to your left. Waggle while you elevate and look to your left. Is he in danger of hitting the ball? Not at all. That's why good players, when they waggle, they set to a ball. They elevate and waggle. Am I going to hit the ball when I'm up here? Nope. Then I can calm myself back behind the ball. Elevate, waggle, waggle, waggle. Put the weight of the club in your hands. Show me. Atta boy. A little more foot flare. Good. Hit one for me or miss one. It's all good either way. You look great. Okay. So cool. Did he come over the top, guys? Did you hear him hit the table? So that club wasn't over the top, was it? So that's great. That's not an over the top swing path, but the face was delivered a little bit open. That's the only reason the ball squirted off to the right. So we're eliminating variables. Okay, day one, he would have touched this table here on the way to the ball. Every time. Amen. So you know what I mean? Like that's a big win. Then the face, okay? So we go, all right. Cool. Let's get settled in here. Let's waggle, waggle, waggle. Club path, you're going to hit it. Club path was great, kind of what I did with Mike. Getting set in here, kind of, okay, where's that club late in this swing? It's here. It's got 2 feet still to work down and out and collect. Down and out and collect and go to a finishing form. You didn't go and whack the table. Good. Not many people would ever hit the top, and I'm not going to let you take a full rip at it, but nobody would be up here. If the worst would be, I shouldn't say that. 99% of people, if they did it really poorly, would hit somewhere here. But I wanted you to see this 3-dimensional depth from the ball back so you can see what down to the end of out looks like. Show me. Show me the flary feet. Waggle, waggle. So that right hand. Good. Waggle, waggle. Get that golf ball left center with, flare that left foot, please. Good. Okay, good try. Where was the face pointed, guys? A little to the right. Did he hit the box or the table? He didn't, did he? Okay. So now he may try to make it go straighter by doing what? Feeling like he has to hit the box. How about, without hitting the box, how can I hit it straighter? What's the face have to do? Face has to do a little something, doesn't it? So we eliminate variables. You're not over the top anymore because we don't hear a clank. Yay. But you're still, and think about this, guys. Over the top guys trying to hit it straight go this way, and then they don't want to hit it left. Then what do? Hold it off to hit it straight. That's a big power source robbing event. Because now you're steep, going to hit it left, and then you go, oh shit, I don't want to hit it left. Then you hold the face off, so it's this. Ralph, that's a bit of your issue. Okay, a lot of guys are that way. So you see where we're going with this, guys? You see this three-dimensional thing? Good. One more. One more, okay? Get set in there with your nice hands. Feel like the grip's a bit more down in that tip of that index finger, like the grip feels like it's there. Not like wrapped around, okay? Good, settle in there for me. Get closer to the ball, flary feet. Move both your feet to the left a little bit. That's a boy, perfect. Now, get into, you hold on to the club, set up though so I know you can get to it. A little closer, good. You hold on to the club, let me move you. So I'm gonna take this and put it in a delivery position. Now do me a favor, bank to the your right instep on your right foot. So what I'm asking for, sorry, is kind of this look. A little bit of that behavior. There you go. Okay. Give me a bit of this. Which way is he going, guys? A little bit left. A little bit of the outstep of your left foot. Good. Good. Okay. Give me a little shot out there. Waggle, waggle. Take a look. Atta boy. Good. Okay. Pretty darn good. Where's the face? Still a little pointed to the right. So you can kind of see where we're going with this, okay? This is a nice little visual kind of seeing, hey, this is a vertical representation of our target line. This would be like the baseboard in your hallway, wouldn't it? So here's you're standing in your hallway, your wife thinks you're crazy, you're standing there with a golf club, and you go, okay, Martin says I'm not supposed to take the club and stuff it into the drywall. Right? I'm supposed to have this back up and behind me with some depth. Right, Dodson? Right? You know, we don't go right up the drywall, do we? Back up and away, and down, out, and toward, back to that baseboard, and then back up and away from that wall again. So you start to see how this shape works a little, guys? Okay? Questions? Thoughts from this? When I turn the camera off, I don't want you to pull me aside saying, Martin, I have a question. So do you have a question for Martin right now? I know that... Who was sitting beside me at breakfast that had a question? Somebody said something. Oh, I'm going to just kind of get into what I said to Art. Art said, Martin, man, you need to tell me how to have my power source. I want to smash it. And I said, Art, we already did.
500 yards.
Okay. 500 yards on the moon, Art. So you take Elon Musk's thing up there where the gravity is really, really little and you can hit it 500 yards. But if you deliver a face that's going to come to the ball open, guys, do you think you're going to rip through and hit it like this and hit it way over to the right? No. What do you think your beautiful brain says? Stop and roll it. So do you think that's the most powerful way to hit it? No. How about this? If the face is really strong, are you going to release the snot of that and hit a low left? No. You're going to stop and hold it off. So do you see how like something can be too salty or too bland? Both of them don't taste good. Some needs a bit more spice, some needs a little less. So as we're kind of coaching you guys up, some faces are too open, we're strengthening. So the stronger face is inspired pivot. Sometimes a face is too strong, and then we can't rotate either. We got to try to back up and add loft. So as a coach, we look at it and go, oh, okay, do we need to take a little off this face or add a little something to it? Because if we add a little strength to your face, Art, if we get the face a little stronger, then you'll be more inspired to use a power source, this rotation. That's where you're going to get a bit more pop, rather than stally and letting it flip a little bit. Is that clear?
Making sense.
Good. Any other questions, guys?
Trigger finger.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. That looks great, by the way. Come on over here for a sec.
Good job, volunteer.
Way to go. I pick on every Georgia Bulldog, especially where's the logo.
There you go.
No, here, talk to me.
No, what I was asking you,
Yeah.
when I got this hand
Left hand's on there. Yeah, put your right hand on.
So I want that trigger finger underneath.
Yeah.
Do I clock it like this?
No, you certainly don't.
I haven't. That's the way I've been doing it.
You're doing it great.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, so that's good because, guys, there's no force in this trigger right now. The only time there's force is when I change direction. See my point? I don't want it to change direction and fall into the webbing. That's Roger's killer move sometimes. When the club gets stuck underneath this index knuckle, so there's a primary knuckle right here, this main index knuckle. That's always on top of a grip, not twisted or torqued at address, doesn't need any kind of dynamic twisting. When you grip it, there should be no twisting at all. Just feel that your hands comfortably together, opposing one another, okay? And so when you change direction, the club doesn't want to change direction. So it gets stuck in there, and then it tries to flee away, and during its time of fleeing away, okay, that's when a ball's hit, and that's when the shaft's a little bit leaning, that's when this angle's expanding. You can touch a ball, take a divot, and it'll want to keep going on its merry way, and you can either decelerate it a little bit, for shorter shots, or you can let it continue and rebound and holster to slow down peacefully for longer shots.
Is there a snap there?
No.
No.
There's, you know what I mean? There's not. There's not a snap this way. It's if there's anything, it's a little bit more of a roll than it is this behavior. Okay, it's because the ball's over there. You can't go completely this way. There's a tiny sense of, all the radius bones kind of rolling over each other just a little bit, not even a ton. Question. See, they're coming out now. Kenny.
In one of your videos, you address what your trigger finger gives your club a place to rest at the top.
Darn right it does. When you grip it nicely, yeah. When you grip it nicely, the right wrist is bent back at the top. And where's that club resting? Resting on an inert knuckle. This is like a park bench if you look at it. There's the back of the bench, there's the seat. Well, when you swing it well and you get to the top, what do you have? You have a bent back trail wrist and a club that's seated nicely. You could hold the weight of that club on that knuckle all day long because it's easy. If it falls into the webbing, you got troubles. Okay? So good hands at address. When you're gripping it, there's a nice looking pair of hands. All my coaches grip it beautifully. I didn't teach him that. Maybe Garrett a little bit when he was 14. I don't know, he probably already did it. I can't remember. Okay, but they all look the same. Sometimes we see you guys like this, where that club can fall in the webbing rather than just rest on that knuckle. One thing's way more reliable sensory thing. Like good hands for you is a big deal, Arlington. You see what I'm saying? Don, Thiessen, same thing, buddy. Okay, it can't just